Well, welcome to the Shih Tzu Rescue of Minnesota virtual reunion. And today we've got Caryn Franchuk-Bertel. I think I got the name right?
Yes, you did.
And Gilly is here. Gilly is so adorable. Oh, look at those eyes. I was just falling in love with the way she looks at you. Oh my gosh, how sweet is she? Well, thank you, Caryn, for being here today. And tell us, how did you get involved with the Shih Tzu Rescue of Minnesota?
I had another Shih Tzu. Her name was Lily, for quite a few years, and we had decided that maybe it was time to get a little playmate or a little friend for her. So we started just kind of looking online, and someone had mentioned the Shih Tzu Rescue of Minnesota, and so I started looking, and we had a couple dogs come and visit us. Captain Jack was one, and then there was another little guy, I think his name is Tyler, if I remember right, but he went potty in the house. So we decided that we liked Jack a little bit more. But Jack was just a super mellow, real shy kind of guy. We got him when he was about 3 years old, and he was just a mint of a dog. I mean, he just was super like low key, like mellow temperament, just a really good little boy.
What fun, what fun. And okay, and then how did Gilly come in the picture?
We had decided, since Jack was getting a little older and we had put Lily down in March of 2019, that we probably needed a companion for him, a playmate, so he'd maybe like stay a little more vibrant, younger. So we decided to look, and there was one puppy that came up. I think it was actually one of Gilly's siblings. I believe her name was Rosie Posey. And then and then I filled an application, and we saw that there were more puppies that were supposed to be coming available. And so we got the little runt of the litter. So that's how we got little Gilly.
Oh, Gilly was the runt of the litter.
She was the runt of the litter, but she thought she was the toughest.
Isn't that the way it goes? Isn't it the way it goes?
Oh, yes.
So do you find that it's good to have two at a time? Because I know, right now you only have one, but you've had two. What would you tell people who are thinking about adopting?
I actually, thank you for the kisses, honey.
Yes.
I loved having two, because if we would leave, like to go to work or go somewhere for a couple hours or for a day or whatever, it was always good to have a companion or a friend there with them. And I think it brought out more life in Lily. I mean, she was almost 17 when we had to put her down. And Jack, we just recently he actually passed away on his own. But he was 12, and we got him in 2000, I think it was 2011, and he was 3 at the time. But they think he might have had Cushing's disease, and he started to get seizures. So within like 5 days, he had a couple days where he had seizures. And when we took him to the vet, they said it could be Cushing's disease or it could be his liver. So we aren't really sure what caused it, but he was just a gem. I mean, we wouldn't have traded him for the world, but it's fun to have two of them, because then they're little friends. They can play together. They're just good little friends and little buddies, and they sleep together, and they play and they eat, and they steal each other's treats and food.
And for our listeners, Jack was just put down just a couple weeks ago. So I just applaud you for being on the interview, because I put my dog down in April that I loved forever, and I didn't have the sudden kind of illness that Jack had, right? So and it's just not easy, and I know there's a lot of listeners listening that know that that's not easy to put your dog down. And obviously I'm sure that Gilly just misses him as much.
She had some trouble eating the first couple days after he was gone. We actually took her with when we went to the vet, when we were going to put him under, but he actually ended up passing away in my husband's arms, which was very comforting to know that he knew we were there. Yep. And he felt good about leaving, and we said our goodbyes. and she was there.
Yeah,
Right.
the whole family was there. The people that
The
went
whole
home.
family. Yep.
Yeah. So, is there anything you want the listeners to know that I haven't asked you?
Jack was he loved our basement. It's a Packers basement, but he loved his little Packers bed down in the basement. That was his favorite spot to go hang out. If he heard ice clinking settle down, honey, in an ice, in the ice, like maker in the fridge, he would just get excited because he knew you were probably going to go downstairs. So he would start panting and running around and circling around, and he just knew it was like his time to go to the basement. And he was just a very good little boy. He became my kitchen helper after Lily was gone. He would come and sit every time I'd sit and cook dinner. He was my little helper. He'd sit and just hang out and see if anything dropped or fell. He'd get some extra little bites of things, but we never told anybody.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen, right? He's so sweet. He sounds so smart.
He was a really good little boy. He did have some issues with anxiety, but he was, I believe his rescue, he came from a puppy mill at one time, and then he went to a breeder in North Dakota, and that's actually where I'm from, is North Dakota. So I just thought it was a neat connection that we both like met, and we had him as our little dog, and he was part of our family.
Yeah. Oh, what a lucky dog, and what a lucky dog Gilly is now. Do you think you'll look for another partner for Gilly?
I've it's been pretty like recent that Jack did go away. It's only been the 11th of August. And so I've kind of gone in the Shih Tzu rescue and looked there, but there aren't many dogs available right now, right?
Right.
And I think just with the pandemic, everybody's kind of into the like puppy and dog mode. So we'll wait a little while, but I think she would like a brother or sister again. We're probably thinking a brother again. But it's just nice to have them as companions and buddies and best friends.
Yeah. Oh wow, she is a sweetie, and she's doing a great job sitting on your lap, even though she's like, "Let me down."
She's like, "Mom, I don't like this. Let's go outside."
Well, thank you so much for being part of the virtual reunion. I love the dog stories, and the journey of having pets. They just don't hang around as long as you do, but being able to provide what they need as companionship. Not only human, but other dog companions. So thank you for your messages today.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, we were actually in a motorcycle accident last year, my husband and I, in September 2019. And so they have really, really helped us through the whole ordeal, because I had a traumatic brain injury and Brian had broken ribs, and I was in the hospital for almost a month. And so they were pretty much our medicine, our recovery, and our goals to get better. So it really made me happy to have them, and my goal was to get better and be home with them. So they got to come visit at the hospital a couple times.
Oh, nice.
So that was really nice. But yeah, it was really great to be home. I got to come home for my birthday, and the puppies were here, and that just made my whole world. I mean, they're just a blessing in disguise, and I thank God every day.
Oh my gosh, that touches my heart, and I know it probably does our listeners too. Oh my gosh. Well, Caryn, you have been through a lot. You have been through a lot for your own personal health recovery, and then, the dogs in your life. So thank you again for being part of the interview.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that I was asked to do this.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much.